Well, hello everybody. Been a while. We're still here, still doing nothing really. Last fall, I think it was the last time that we put a video up before Christmas, and we were messing with our little 725 Sears, and after that it turned extremely cold here for a while, and I found out very quickly that my little shop here, the heating system is inadequate. You can't work out here when it's really cold. So that kind of put us away, and then we had some medical issues, and had to do a couple things. There was a surgery, and so essentially I've been put on extremely light duty up until now. I'm just kind of starting to do stuff again and get back to where I need to be. Everything's fine, doing well. But I haven't been out here. I haven't been doing anything because basically I can't. They won't let me do anything. So, like I say, starting to do stuff now. We haven't done anything more with any of our projects. It's been kind of a very quiet winter, and actually it's been a non-existent winter. The last couple days we've gotten some snow. There was some snow out there on the ground, and tomorrow night we're supposed to actually get a substantial amount, so we'll see. That's about the most interesting thing I've done, I guess, is ride around in the tractor and blow snow, which I was going to video, but one of the victims of our recent move cross country seems to be my GoPro. I have no idea where it is. So I've searched high and low, and I've got all the little fiddly bits for it and mounts and all the stuff, but I don't actually have the camera. So at this point I don't know where that is. So we may have to replace that, and of course, the minute that we do replace it, we'll find that one, so then we'll have two of them. So I'm out here today. Got up early this morning, had a little bit of snow to clean up, so we cleaned up the yard. I got the little heater on out here. I turned it on when I came out to get the tractor, and it's been going for a while. It's not super warm out here, but it's not so cold that you can't do something. So the one thing I do have in here that I did, as you all of you guys that have watched my videos for a while know that I typically have a Crown Victoria as a driver. I'm a big fan of them. I love the P71 police interceptors. We've had a number of them, and they've been on videos and auctions and stuff like that where we get them. Well, out here, that was one of the ones that we sold that to facilitate the move. It was one of the vehicles, the last one I had. We sold that to facilitate the move to get back here. It was not cost effective to move as many cars as we had. So trimmed them all down, sold them all off. So I've been looking for another Crown Vic. And with the last production model of the Crown Victoria being 2011, they're starting to get a little hard to find. Well, I take that back. There's a lot of them around, but it's hard to find one that's in decent shape. And especially back in this part of the country, it's hard to find one that is not rusty and has become a victim of the elements, because these are police service vehicles. They're not babied in any way, shape, or form. They're running all kinds of weather, and they suffer. They pay the price because of that. So I've been looking around, and I come to the conclusion it's like I'm not going to find anything here. So I was looking nationally, actually, eBay, Craigslist. There's 2 or 3 places around the country that actually kind of clearance house these cars and sell them. But once again, finding what looked to be decent cars at a good price was hard to do. So I found a place in Chicago that had a large number of cars, and they've got cars that they've acquired from all over the country. So they had a lot of Western cars, and I knew the Western cars for the most part should be fairly clean. Of course, they have many pictures of stuff, you know, you look at online, but I'm going to tell you straight up, you can't tell from a picture. That's why I have a hard time with like eBay and, you know, things like that, because you're buying something that's essentially based on, number one, somebody's interpretation of everything of the car, and pictures of it. And pictures, a lot of times stuff could be what I call picture perfect, but when you actually go look at it, you know, the pictures have really hidden a lot of stuff. And so I'm kind of particular anyways. So I found a place in Chicago that had a number of them, and they had several cars that I liked. And I was, you know, thinking outside the box. I was even looking at, you know, Dodge Chargers in addition to Crown Vics, and they had all that. So I took a leap of faith. I got an airline ticket. I flew to Chicago, went to the place, and looked at everything they had. And of course, you know, all the ones that I already kind of had picked out in my mind from the advertising, stuff like that. No. You know, rusty cars, you know, scaly cars, just, you know, cars that have been, you know, fleet vehicles, you know, just used pretty good. So I didn't really see anything, but they, like I say, they had a lot of cars, so I got looking through. I did not care for the Dodges at all. They're fast. That's the one thing I will say about the Charger with the 5.7 Hemi, is a really fast car. They will set you back in the seat. But that's about it. Other than that, they're, I don't know, they didn't do a thing for me. It wasn't comfortable. I didn't like the way the transmissions worked in the things. Other than the speed factor, that they were just out as far as I was concerned. So I got looking, and I came across, I found a Crown Vic. I found a 2009 that had 61,000 some odd miles on it, which is really low for an 09. The idle hours at 5,100 are a little high, but still not ridiculous for, you know, an 8-year-old car. And it was a federal government vehicle, and it was from the West Coast, Washington. And what they had for information on it said that it was a car from the U.S. Marshals Service. After looking at the car, I mean, the car had a light bar, the car had a cage. I seriously doubt it was U.S. Marshals, maybe. I'm thinking more either Border Patrol or Customs had this car. The car is extremely clean. There's no rust, top, bottom, under the hood, everything. It's really, really clean car. It's not all beat up, not dinged to death. So we picked it up and we drove it back. I left Chicago at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I rolled in here in the driveway at 4 o'clock the next morning. We only stopped for fuel and something to eat, and I think it was 871 miles door to door, and car ran perfect, performed well, drives real nice, never missed a beat, so I think we've got a good one. It cruised right along, and at 80 miles an hour it was still averaging 25 to 25.5 miles per gallon, which is the one thing that's really nice about these. So anyways, it's here. Let's take a quick look at it. I'll show you, and give a little video content of something here. Okay, so this is it. It's bright white. It is tinted slightly. When I first looked at it, it had the full plastic wheel covers, which, to be honest with you, I think look really stupid. So I had them swap those out for the small center caps. A lot better look. It does have a push bar on the front. It's a Satina. So there, that's pretty nice. And the car is clean as could be. Battery lights flashing at me, so we'll see how long this goes on. But this is what we got. So we're gonna mess around with this a little bit. The inside, the seats are perfect, in really nice shape. I'm putting that console in. It had no console. There's no holes in the dash whatsoever. It is a rubber floored car, but I was going to replace that. But you know what? It's perfect. It's like brand new. So why mess with it? Now, like I say, after driving it back, it's got 62,000 miles on it. There's 3 holes in the roof, 2 of which have antennas in them. And then there's this other hole right here, which was, I'm assuming, for a light bar cable. There's no holes in the deck lid, no holes anywhere else in the car. It's just a nice car. I don't think it's been used too much at all. So this will be our driver come nice weather. Of course, this time of the year, you know, we're still Subaru cruising. Like I say, there is white out there now. We're supposed to get more tonight, so. It didn't have, the spotlights are not here. The factory block-off plates are still in there, so I'm guessing they were never installed. So I do have a pair of spotlights coming for it. We'll put those on. A little bit of a brake pulsation. So I've got new brakes coming. We're going to change all the brakes on it, and that's pretty much it. Both the rear doors, the windows and latches locks are disabled. We have to take those apart and figure out what they've done there and get the doors working. But yeah, that's it. So that's what we've been up to, right, kid? Cool gets very, very excited about everything. Yes. So anyways, that's essentially what we've been up to here. Like I say, we do, the weather is out there, and that'll probably make it sort of some fun tomorrow. We're supposed to get another 6 to 12 inches tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see what comes of that. I'm working on my makeshift camera stand here. We'll see how that works out for us. We'll crooked, but we can take that. Okay, so that's that. I'll fool around here for a little bit. Like I say, it's still kind of cool here in the shop. So I think we'll wrap this up, and that'll be it for now. I'll bring you back. Maybe we'll do a video on fixing the doors or something on this, and we'll go from there. So I guess that, rather than ramble on, until the next time, take it easy.